Yoga can help alleviate headaches by reducing the stress and tension, improving blood circulation and oxygenation, relaxing the neck and shoulder muscles, and balancing the nervous system. Here are a few beneficial yoga asanas for headache relief.
Garudasana arms. So inhale, lift your arms up to shoulder level. As you exhale, you're going to bring your elbows together, one on top of the other. I'm taking my right over my left. Join them here. Now continue to wrap your hands. Bend the elbow and see if you can make another bind here where your palms touch each other. Once you're here, only if it's comfortable, start to lift your elbows away from the chest and slowly your wrist comes towards the forehead. Stay here and breathe. You feel a beautiful stretch along the sides of the neck, shoulder blades, shoulders. 1, 2 and 3. Inhale, slowly release, and as you exhale, you can open your hands and bring them down. Let's try it on the other side, lifting your arms up. This time, left elbow goes over the right, cross them, bend the elbows, continue to wrap so your palms can touch each other. Once you're there, start to lift the elbows up and wrist comes towards the forehead. And always remember, all of this can be done on a chair, it can be done in Sukhasana. You do not have to be in Vajrasana for this. Breathe. 1, 2 and 3. Inhale and release the bind, and as you exhale, slowly bring your arms down.
Feet are parallel to each other. We're going to come to Prasarita Padottanasana. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, hinge from the hips as you fold down. Ideally, you want to bring the crown of your head towards the ground and the hips up towards the sky. Okay, a lot of times if you have a stiff back or if you have tight hamstrings, that might not be possible, in which case you can use a block. Keep your block in front of you, place your hand there and just work on lengthening the spine forward. If you can, bring your hands in between your legs and drop the crown of your head towards the ground. Rock the weight forward onto the balls of your feet. If it's too much on the hamstrings, put a slight micro bend in the knees and we'll stay on for another 3, 2 and 1. Beautiful. Inhale, first come into a flat back position. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, put a bend in the knees and inhale, slowly come back up to stand.
And we're going to move into a Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, which means bringing Vishnu Mudra in the right hand. If you don't know what this looks like, you can open your eyes. Index and middle finger roll inwards towards the base of the thumb. Okay, you can close your eyes. We'll do this together. With your right thumb, close the right nostril. First, exhale out any air that's in the body, forming like a vacuum within your body. Now take a deep inhale on the left nostril. With the ring finger, close the left nostril, exhale out through the right nostril. Inhaling through the right nostril. Closing the right nostril, exhaling through the left nostril. Good, we're going to do a few more cycles of this. Inhaling through the left. Long deep inhale, closing the left, exhaling through the right with control. Inhaling through the right. Closing the right, exhaling through the left. Inhaling. Closing left, exhaling through the right. We have one last side to go. Inhaling through the right. Closing the right, exhaling through the left. Allow your hands to come back to the knees. And then try to inhale and exhale normally through both nostrils. Nadi Shodhana, the breath we just practiced, is supposed to be a very calming breath.
We're going to start off by lying down on the belly. The first variation we're going to do, we're only going to use our legs. So you can place the chin on the floor, but if that's too much for your neck, you can also place the forehead down. Now you're going to take your palms and tuck the palms underneath the thighs. If you notice, my elbows are still outside the body line. I'm not tucking my elbows underneath. My palm is just diagonally right below my hip bone. From here, as you inhale, you're going to first just lift the right leg up as high as you can. When you're lifting the leg up, you're not going to turn the hip. Your hips are still squared. Try to engage the glute, lower back and lift up. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale and down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, down. When you're lifting the leg in an attempt to lift higher, sometimes we lift and start bending this knee. You want to keep it straight as much as you can and lift. Exhale and down. Now this time you're going to lift the right leg up as high as you can. Now bend your left knee. Take the left foot, support the shin. If you are still comfortable, move the foot towards your thigh. Keep lifting your leg up. You notice my hip opening here. Try to square the hip. Stay there. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Release. Exhale and slowly come back down. Let's try this on the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, down. 1. Inhale, left up. Exhale, down. 2. Keep the hips squared. Inhale, lift up. Now bend the right knee. Support the thigh. If your hip is opening, consciously stay in the center. Don't let your weight fall to your right. Stay at the center. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Release. Slowly come back down to the mat.
Padmasana requires a lot of patience and perseverance. Just like the lotus grows in muddy water, we need to have a lot of patience in order to let this posture bloom. Okay, so we will get into the posture straight away. You can use whichever leg is comfortable for you. I like to use my right leg first. So you'll bring the right leg like how we did for Ardha Padmasana. Bring the right heel towards the left, like the hip crease. Okay, so I see a lot of times people just in the earnestness of getting into Padmasana, they do like a half-hearted Padmasana like this. This is not Padmasana, and this will ultimately land up hurting your joints. Okay, so you want to have the right position. If not, please avoid, and you can stay in Ardha Padmasana or any other posture. Do this only if you're ready for it. Take your right heel to the left hip crease. Without yanking the left foot up, gently just guide it with your hands and bring the left heel as well to the right lower belly. This is your Padmasana position. It is called Padmasana also because your feet actually look like the petals of a lotus. Okay, so that's how it should look. This is a very stable position to sit for a long period of time for your meditation practice. You can, if this is comfortable for you, you can practice more and more with this until you become really comfortable sitting for a long period of time. We'll get straight to our meditation now. If you're comfortable in Padmasana, stay, otherwise assume any other position. And you can take your hands in Chin Mudra, index finger and thumbs touching, and both your hands on your knees. Close your eyes or find a soft gaze. Straight spine. Feel the energy of this posture. This is such a powerful posture. If you're sitting in Padmasana, you'll feel it.